From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley on today's Cash Close. And the name of this video, the S&P 500 futures, and get ready for the rip back to 2100. The high of the day in the S&P came in at 2084.5 mid-afternoon. The low came in at 2070.80 mid-morning. At last, we're 2080 even. We're up a half a handle. We're unchanged. In fact, what just happened is the futures just sold off real quick, like 3 or 4 handles, and then just bounced right back up. Total volume, we've got 1.4 million minis traded and 6,500 big S&Ps traded in the pit. MOC, the MIM had this nailed. When the S&Ps were up toward their late in the day, the MIM started showing like 500 million to sell, 600 million to sell. S&P futures sold off immediately, 3 to 4 handles. The actual MOC came out, sell 740 million. Tomorrow we've got the MBA mortgage applications. We've got the quarterly services survey. We have the EIA Petroleum status report. We have a 10-year note auction, and we have the Treasury budget. Now, I want to talk about something that I was talking about with the PitBull. I've been pretty consistent with my idea that when the S&P sells off, quote unquote, because of the low interest rates or the quantitative easing, zero rate policy, that the PPT is in some form protecting the downside. I still believe that today, and I think that that's what's going to happen this week too. I'm looking for PitBulls Thursday, Friday below, but let me go a little further with this. I've remained pretty consistent on being on the bull side. When I don't have an opinion, when I think the market's just grinding, I don't have anything to say. I just say buy the weakness, sell the rallies. But overall, I am a perma-bull. Now, for the last 2.5 to 3 years, you could buy, or 4 years, you could buy weakness in the S&P every time the S&P dropped 30, 50, 60, 80 handles. But here's where I'm concerned. I think like water falling on a wooden floor, that water can be wiped up and cleaned up, but eventually those wooden floors, if the water keeps falling on them, will rot and they will give way. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I think as we go later into the cycle with the Fed talking about raising interest rates, that it could be a little bit of a game changer. And I also think that not necessarily going into the quad witch this month, the June quad witch, but maybe going into the end of the month, the second quarter rebalance at the end of the month, we could be in for some more trouble. And we could be in for some more trouble going into July and August and later in the summer. So I don't get this fuzzy feeling, but that said, I do think the S&P is going back up to 2100. Now, and I'm going to stick with that PitBulls Thursday, Friday low. The other thing is that the expiration study stats, I'll try to have John, you better put him in there, I'll whack you, show this coming Friday stats being up 17, down 13 of the last 30. On Monday, we've got another good day. We've got the S&P up 18, down 13 of the last 31. And then that's followed up by Wednesday, which is up 20, down 11 of the last 31. Now, Wednesday is a little weaker day, and that's okay. We've got up 13, down 18 of the last 31. And then Thursday's up 19, down 12 of the last 31. And expiration quad witch June Friday is up an amazing 22, down 9 of the last 31 occasions. So when you take this all into account, I think that, what we're seeing is what we should be seeing. We're seeing a little weakness in front of the expiration. We're looking for the PitBulls Thursday, Friday low. In fact, I think that we may have seen a low today when we got down and double bottomed at 71.25. Now, that said, and Shy Stock was looking for that 71 level, and a lot of people came in after it, but I'll tell you what, he was the first one to throw it out, 2071. So we saw that level on the downside. Now, last but not least is the MIM. Now, a lot of people are talking about the MIM, and the best way to get in and see the MIM right now is to join the boot camp, okay? We've got a new provider on the New York Stock Exchange floor, and it's much more dynamic. And not only that, you know what? You'll get to talk to me, which I think I want to show you some charts that I look at. I want to show you some of the things that I do during the day that help me trade, but I also want to explain the collective. You know what I mean? That's where not just one guy sitting in a room saying, hey, buy it here, sell it there. And hopefully the guy's right. And if he's wrong, you know, all whatever amount of people are all losing money. No, we've got WB in there doing his stuff with Elliott Wave, putting out levels all the time. We've got Rob from Discovery Trading. You know, he's very market minded with Market Delta. We got Shy Stock. Stewart is just amazing with his pivots and vol windows. And who could say anything about top-notch trading? Tim. He is a workhorse. Now, we have a collective of traders. I beckon you other rooms to call me out on this and tell me that you've got a better room than we do. I don't care what anybody says. There's no way. When you throw me in on top of that, you know what? It's got to be worth at least $1,000 a month. I'll keep it like that. You know, we'll see you guys tomorrow on the opening print.